Hey!
These lights are intense. I'm like getting a tan.
Yeah. Amazing. Hey guys! We
How
are
are you?
so excited to be here.
Oh, I like it.
So we're live on the Dating and Heels Facebook page. If you have not subscribed or liked, please do so at this time because we have an unbelievable show for you. And we're also on Instagram too, so please make sure that you drop your comments in. And we'd love to hear from you. We are so excited for our guest today. Oh my gosh, Simcon, Brimble Clark, lawyer turned clothing, menswear connoisseur,
whatever, yeah.
All of the above.
Your new suit guy.
Yeah, he's a suit guy. I mean, he's been featured in Details Magazine, The Post, Entrepreneur Magazine, NBC, ABC News, and has attracted a slew of celebrity clients from pro football players, Kirk Cousins, Trent Williams, 49ers receiver, Pierre Garcon, right? Who else? You got Twilight. I mean, all the celebrities come to him, so like you guys got to come to him too. So
and baseball players.
And baseball players.
Yes. That just started. Shout out to Ryan Zimmerman.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so actually, if you are in the DC area or if you're in Baltimore, you can come and see BrimbleClark.com. And we have a special segment today talking about what's new in 2019 trends, how to tie a tie. I mean, girls
All
should
of the
know
above.
how to do it, right? I'm just saying. So, all right, so tell us how you started your journey to designing custom suits.
A little bit of a weird road. All right, so I was a class actions lawyer, and I did B2B litigation for about 4 years before getting into the business. And I was always a really young-looking guy. I look permanently, 17, maybe max 22. I'm 37 now. In any case, I needed clothes to kind of look my age. I had had clothes made all over the world for about 10 years before getting into the business. And the old guys in the city wanted to make big-shouldered, boxy stuff for me. The young guys wanted to make super, super skinny stuff. And I wasn't happy with either option. So, I thought, Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. And so that's how I started. I was working, in the beginning, I was doing like nights and weekends in the business. And during the day in firm life, and over time I luckily got early attention from the casting producers at NBC for a show called Fashion Star, and ended up.
I think I remember that show.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. They put a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
And in any case, I got some love from Rachel Bilson, who was Summer on the OC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I started getting a lot of clients from the Twilight saga, X-Men, Captain America, a lot of NFL guys. And then when the money made sense, I left, and that was 6 years ago. Now there's 2 locations, one here in Baltimore and in DC. And I never work a day in my life. It's the best thing ever.
Oh, I love it. And its quality is amazing.
Yeah, and that's the best kind of job where you feel like you're not working, right?
It's true.
And his Baltimore studio is like, it's quadruple the size, but technically it's like double the space of his DC studio.
And it's impeccable. I mean, we're going to give you a little tour here in a minute, but we want to get through some questions for everybody too.
Love it.
I know. Okay, so what can you tell us about suits in general? Like, what should we be looking for in this trends for 2019?
Trends. Okay, so everything is moving towards comfort these days. In suits, it's like, there's that whole athleisure movement. Everybody is trying to make all of your clothes just like Lululemon style, like real comfortable.
Oh, so there's nice stretch. There's
that's
fantastic.
Different brands are starting to really evolve into that space and trying to do that. The trick is it's very difficult to make something that is super, super, dry fit comfortable, but also looks really good and business appropriate and structured. And so some of the evolution. So here we're combining old world tailoring, so the real like handmade process with some construction benefits from different regions of the world. So initially it was the English construction was the thing that I was so into, and I was so into having customers do. But that construction is kind of heavier and it limits your ability to move. This new kind of hybridized Italian construction features a spallacamicia shoulder. Spallacamicia means shirt shoulder in Italian for you Italian types. And so it offers greater range of motion, weapons range, and driving range. And it offers a lot of lightness in the jacket. So this is maybe 20% the weight of any other suit jacket
for
in your
you
closet.
007 types.
Yes. Yes, exactly right.
I'm here.
And so it's lighter. The shoulders are more round, so it makes you look like you're working out, even though you're not really working out. And
I need those in my dresses.
You do. Everybody needs that. Everybody can benefit from a little bit of that. So lightness. That's the key. Lightness and form fit is the key. And then other little trends. Little things like. Make the bottom of your pant leg a little bit narrower. This is the thing in DC where there are a lot of straight leg suit pants and a lot of gathering at the bottom, a lot of bunching.
A lot.
That's cool. like a Hickey Freeman kind of look, right?
Terrible. Yeah, Hickey Freeman is if you're over 75 years old, okay, and you're on your way out, then you're featuring the Hickey Freeman look a lot, the box shoulder, the wide legs, or whatever. I
don't know how they don't trip over them on the daily basis.
Well,
they're not walking very quickly.
Yeah, that's clear.
I don't know about the trip over, but it's dumpy, and it doesn't do anything for you. It shortens you, it makes you stockier looking. It's just not good. So that little tweak can do a lot for you. Yeah.
What about colors? I mean, because I love the one. Let's talk about the shark skin suit he makes. Guys or ladies out there, you want to get your guy the most amazing suit is shark skin suit.
The shark skin.
Sim hosted a New Year's Eve party last year, and John Fitzgerald Booty came in there, and he stole the show. He did. From everyone, Sim.
The shark skin has it's got a nice little crosshatch weave in it, and so you can't. I don't know if you can see it from a camera angle, but in any case, it is something that adds a little texture to it, a little something different. And the blue shark skin that actually is not here, it is in DC, but the blue shark skin that I'm thinking about is actually this color. Is the color of my suit, a little bit more vibrant than the average navy suit.
But we recommended a guy to visit Sim. He visited you yesterday. Did he buy the? Jen recommended the shark skin. Did he buy it?
He got all of the things.
Okay, that's good to know.
He did get a shark skin, and he got some pattern stuff.
Great.
Moved him into that area of patterns, and I think he'll be really happy. It'll be a dramatic change.
Yes, and guys, he's one of our clients, Dating in Heels.
Oh yeah, let's not out him.
We're not. We're not going to out our clients, but we will recommend you to Sim if you need an upgrade in your appearance.
Yes, I mean this kind of goes back to confidence too. You get your hair blown out, you get your makeup done, you get a new dress, you get a new suit, you get a tie. Let's go here.
I live for the reveals. When a guy comes in, especially sometimes with older guys, but also with younger guys, they have this. Often they've come from Brooks Brothers or something really boxy, stocky fits. And when they come in and everything now, when they walk out of the change room, fits really nice and perfect. It's like a new person. I've sculpted something totally new, and he goes out in the world and he slays. And that's the
it's true.
That's the reward for me.
Yeah.
I love that. It's the best. Yeah.
What
about you guys? What do you look for when you look at a guy in a suit or in anything?
A shark skin suit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I look for.
But
it's also, we always say effort is attractive in dating. So when you put effort into yourself, growing, evolving, but not only internal work, but external work too, is putting an effort, get up, take a shower, wash your hair, put on a nice suit, putting that effort is wow, this person, cares about themselves, because that's attractive. If you don't put a lot of effort into yourself, if you're not growing, and it's also who you surround yourself with. If your friends are building you up, here gives you advice on what to wear, what to look for. Oh, I think it'd be cute. Like Eve said, you should cut your hair and dye it. I'm like, okay. And I did, and I was like, I feel like a new person.
Hot mama.
Have you ever been on a date where somebody comes dressed in a way that makes you question his maturity?
Yes, and taste level. But I will say with Sim, every person I've met through Sim, or when I go to Sim's events or parties, they must 85% be clients as well, because they're all dressed super nice. But it's not in a way that's like dandyish or metrosexual. It's a very kind of like a masculine way, but
and confidence.
Confidence. They all are very confident, and they feel
because they look it, because the suit's awesome. Yeah. And what I thought was really interesting when we talked to Sim before, he said that it's especially made in a small town in Italy.
So north of Bologna, there's only 2 places in the world. And it sounds like such a I don't know. overreach to say that kind of thing, but I've physically been to 14 different countries, 19 different factories. I tried to reverse engineer the shoulder. I tried to do it cheaply at first. I tried to go through Asia. I tried to go through like India, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Hong Kong. And then I went through Eastern Europe.
You didn't find it in Hong Kong because a lot of people go there to get suits made.
A lot of people do that. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, totally.
Wow,
I went
that's
through.
crazy.
I did Eastern Europe, Prague, all throughout the UK, Spain. Anyway, it's 14 countries
Wow.
is a trek. It is real. And every one of these places always promised me that they could do it. I even gave them a jacket that I had found in Naples to reverse engineer, and they just can't achieve it. The Brits can't do it. The Brits can't do what the Italians can do, and the Italians can't do what the Brits can't do. And made in Italy, by the way, totally meaningless. That has nothing to do with anything. Italy, I'm sure, turns out a lot of garbage in itself. But just above Bologna and in Naples, those are the only places that can achieve the twist stitch spalla camicia shoulder by hand. It's done by hand, and the greater range, the roundness of the shoulder is only possible
It's
there.
range of motion.
I
Okay.
learned it through a lot of pain. And switching productions 4 times in
Yeah.
over 7 years to get that done.
And a lot of passport stamps.
A lot of passport stamps. Yeah. I mean, a lot of interesting cultures, you know what I mean? A lot of interesting people, and that's cool. But it's been a grind. But now it's just rewarding to see. And a layperson can tell the difference, which is the key.
Yeah. What do you think about sock game with your hot suits?
You know, it's just...
Let's talk about
For
sock
me,
game.
use your socks today,
So
Tim.
my socks are totally plain. They're navy
Okay.
socks, okay?
I like them so.
I'm not this guy. You know, there are some guys. I felt like in my attorney life, there were guys who did this. You know, they have like I don't know, stripy socks and floral socks, and there are some guys that really like this. To me, it telegraphs it either telegraphs that I hate my job. Like everything else, because most of the time most of the time a guy that's wearing the flamboyant socks, he's wearing like a dark navy suit or a dark gray suit, and the reason he's wearing those socks is because that's like the last flourish, that's the last bit of freedom that he has to choose something of his own in his wardrobe. And so that to me shows like, my something about me is being stifled. Like I'm only being able to express it there. And then the other side of it is that, you know, when a guy comes in here and when he leaves, I want him to be James Bond. I want him to be like real manly. You've never seen James Bond.
And so do we.
So do we.
James Bond has never worn crazy socks, okay? And so
And he does have James Bond kind of clients.
Yes, for real. And in any case, you're either Bond, or if you go in the dandy direction, you're Mr. Peanut. And I'm you know, like with the monocle and the top hat and the cane and stuff. And
Oh my God.
like nobody's sleeping with Mr. Peanut. Okay,
No.
so that's for me. I have strong opinions. Do whatever you want, but I really don't do the crazy socks.
And you know what? Guys, chime in. If you know someone that wears these kind of crazy socks, or if you wear those crazy socks, you know, let us know. Is it because you don't like your job and this is the only way that you feel you can express yourself? We were out Civil Cigar Lounge on Saturday, and Jen liked this guy. He's a successful guy, handsome guy. But you know what Jen said? I like his socks and his shoes.
So yeah, totally. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. You know.
They didn't say the name.
I didn't say the name of the guy.
But it's not like you said you liked his body or his face.
I mean, it was
She said,
nice.
I like
Okay,
his socks
let's not
and
get
shoes."
aggressive.
Okay, what were the socks? I'm curious.
They were fancy.
So you like Jen wear fancy socks and very nice shoes.
I do look at the shoes. Okay, let's talk about that for a hot minute.
So that kind of brings up actually an interesting thing. Maybe for some women,
I don't like them really loud. It just was like, oh, those are cute.
Yeah, like there was like a little flair.
It wasn't like aggressive.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a conversation starter. Who knows? Maybe there are some guys who use it as like, look, I got skulls on my socks. Some girl's gonna come up to me and say, hey, nice socks, and then we're gonna start
I
a
don't
conversation.
like when people wear skulls, period. I'm not a fan of that.
All right, bumblebees, whatever.
Bumblebees.
Whatever it was. Whatever it was.
Like Star Wars.
I do like Argyle socks because I like Argyle.
Sure.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't consider that to be crazy socks.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
because I do like
crazy
Argyle.
socks are like stripes, rainbow things happening. There's
Big
just a lot.
flowers.
All that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You had something about shoes or something.
I do. I love shoes. I think the shoes tell a lot about a person. Okay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Because
yes.
like, are they shiny? Like, you know what I mean? Or like, it just because if you're gonna get a suit from Sim, you better get your shoes right.
True. So don't sell shoes, but the tip I would tell
Maybe
guys. Yeah, maybe. But I would tell guys like this happens a lot where a guy will come in, he'll buy like 2-3 suits, something like that, and then everything right up until the feet looks so like correct. But when the shoes are off, it makes it look like you're an imposter. Like you somehow stumbled upon all of this looking super great, but your interior kind of like dad mentality is showing on your shoes. And so this bulbous toe box, like the big round end of the shoe, terrible stuff. And like rubber sole, don't do that. Just like high vamp, like the top of the shoe is too high up. Those are like little details, but I would say.
What kind of toe do you prefer when you buy a shoe?
Like I don't want it to be elfish. I don't want it to be pointed. I think that's too much, and there's some Italian brands that do that. But I want it to narrow the toe box at the top. I want there to be like kind of a cone shape like that, and no squaring on the top at all.
Okay,
just
so write that down.
Rounded and narrowed at the top.
And not bulbish, but
Just go to Allen Edmonds, okay, or go to Johnston & Murphy. Those are easy ones. Mirman Mallorca is a cool inside tip. Awesome shoes.
Where is that store?
Mirman is they have a flagship in New York that just opened, but they're from Mallorca. So they used to be that you had to order everything from over there and it would ship overseas and it'd be a whole thing. But New York is their only flagship store in the US. And they're reasonably priced and you will never go wrong with them. There is no shoe in their repertoire that is bad. All of their stuff is awesome.
Go to Mallorca or New York?
Mirman Mallorca. Yep, great stuff. Nobody knows about them too, I don't know. But they're great.
Now they will.
Now they know. Because I think a lot of that's true. Because like driver comments and like, how do you guys know like actually what kind of shoes to buy? Because now you do. So style. 2019. Trends.
If you're running, by the way, little inside thing. Okay.
Here we go.
If there's a guy out there or a lot of guys who want a comfort shoe. You're walking a lot. You're running around. You're traveling. Whatever. There is one model of Cole Haan. One model. Okay. It's not available in the Cole Haan store. You have to get it online. It is called the Henry Grand OS. There's no break-in period. You put those on and you can break out. I've gone up into a full sprint running through Italy in those shoes. And the exterior, the outside of it is a leather sole, but the inside is rubber core. And so it feels like a Nike shoe. Comfortable.
But they used to do shoes with Nike. They used to have.
They did.
Yeah, but they stopped.
They did. They stopped, but their stuff is comfortable. The models that are in the store are not nearly as good looking or as comfortable. So get it online. Henry Grand OS, available in 2 colors. Beautiful.
And Sim has them both.
I have them both for myself. I have them both for myself.
I knew it.
You can't buy them here, but yeah, of course.
You can order them.
Most of the time, I'm just buying stuff for myself, and then if you buy something when you're here, you buy something. But otherwise, when I'm showing people fabrics, like I'm really just shopping for myself most of the time.
Yeah. Looks nice together.
Yeah.
And so you do the suits, you do the shirts, you do the ties, or like
everything. So suits, shirts, ties, sport coats, overcoats, tuxedo, anything you need for your wedding. Now actually, because there's kind of contingent in law enforcement and military, we're doing these leather jackets and 5-pocket M65 like field jackets, and those will be out in about 3 months, so January, March or so. Yeah, that'll be
Sim
out.
can hook you up and they'll fit really nice.
There you go. And the chinos and everything. I want it to be so. It has historically been like real, business attire and all that. But I want to have a guy be able to come in and get everything from the start of his day, casual stuff, to formal at the end of the night. So that's by like 4 months or so, that'll be ready to rock.
So is the velvet jacket still popular?
The velvet is always popular. The velvet is always good for petting. All the ladies like to pet the velvet.
Yes.
That's a dating tip for these
right here,
guys
actually.
out there.
One of these.
But don't get velvet underwear. That might be too
That is a very specific story. I was like, when did you encounter this?
Well, I need to understand.
Everyone likes petting, but that might be too hot. Just
it might be too on the nose. Yeah, this one.
Get the jacket.
This one is out of hand. This one is red. So it's like, but I would get it in a deep blue or something like that. The red is punchy. There is a guy for that though.
I like that.
The red is hot. If you're a bottle service guy, if you're a nightclub guy, wear that with jeans or with black pants and dance on
Ladies,
tables
yeah.
with the bottles.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
they'll line up for you.
Oh, nice
Genius.
jacket.
I want to ask you about the tie though, because
Yeah.
now what are the styles, the hot styles for ties? Because this is Christmas,
true.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, everyone gives their husband or their father a tie. It's a very safe gift.
Yeah.
So what should women or children or whomever
Yes.
look for?
Yes. This will work for Father's Day. This will work for
Yeah.
your Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go over stuff to stay away from.
Yes.
first,
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Because to stay away from is really like it narrows the field a lot. You don't want something that has too many crazy checks. Okay? In general, let me think about this. In general, don't do the checks. Also, there will be
write that down.
there will be some of you that will like walk into a store like Burberry or something like that and be like, oh, I want him to take that plaid from Burberry and just like wear it on his face or like wear it on this or what. That is a mistake. Don't do that.
So
That's
no
not,
more Burberry ties, because that's
don't
like my
do
go-to.
that.
Burberry
Yeah,
tie.
don't do that
Okay,
thing. It
okay.
is just like it is. It evokes like Kristen ODJ, like Ed Hardy's type of look when you do that. It's like chachi to do that. Okay?
Okay.
So don't do that. In general, plaids and checks in a tie, I just don't play with
Okay.
it. I love stripes, called a rep tie. Stripe tie, usually 2 to 3 colors maximum. Don't get too wild with the colors. So those are very preppy. Those have a kind of
they're preppy.
an old prep tradition, and they'll always be good in any environment, whether it's work or it's play or whatever. Never do solid silk tie. Like if it's a solid color tie and it's silk, it looks super junior.
I've never seen that.
you're
Is
Well,
that
I think the
real
president wears that.
Yes, exactly right. It looks. It's a very amateur thing to do, and it's like you just got out of high school as your first, or high school or college, and it's your first job or something like that. That's what that says.
Yeah.
Solid silk tie. So you want there to, if you're doing a solid color, always do a texture, like
Okay.
grenadine or a knit tie or something like that adds a little texture to the tie.
Okay.
Otherwise, I like club ties, so I'm wearing mine right now. You probably, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see
Yeah,
this?
show them.
Boom. All right, so I got the little, wow, there's so many cameras here. I got the little reindeer thing going on, okay?
Yes.
The deer with the horns.
Holiday.
Holiday, yeah, a little bit of that.
Spirit.
Yeah, and so you can, I love that because it's I don't know, it's very professorial, but it says that you're knowledgeable and that you know something about
And
suits.
you really are.
And
Yeah,
you're
that's true.
comfortable. You're comfortable in a suit. So my go-tos are the rep ties, the stripes, the knit ties, always with a point though. I like a knit tie with a point.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
very
I've
rare
never seen
thing.
a knit tie with the point.
Yeah. So I had those made for.
Those are very 80s knit ties.
They're 50s.
Oh,
the
50s,
1950s has the snub nose knit tie. I like there to be a point at the bottom, so I've insisted that they have it made that way.
Okay.
Grenadines and knits can be made with a point, and so do that. Those are great. I wear knit ties most of the time, or the kind of repeat club pattern. That's what I would go to. You'll have an easy time pairing with all kinds of different looks, and because your dad's suit is probably navy or gray, stick to those.
Well, they have one black for funerals too.
One black for funerals. If somebody's dying, if your loved one is dying, get a black tie with a knit. Make sure it's a knit tie.
Wait. Well, I didn't mean I meant the suits. So what color ties would you wear to a funeral? Now that we
Black.
speak black. Oh, okay, so black.
Funeral tips 101. All right, so you're wearing a black suit, probably not a tuxedo because that's a little bit too festive.
Yeah.
You're wearing a black suit, knit tie, not a bow tie. Bow tie is like I'm trying to be elegant at this funeral. It's too much. It's too much. So yes, I don't know how we got there, but we got there. So I would say
The
knit
Scorpio
tie,
took us there.
knit tie at the funeral.
What would you say that so you talk about the guys? What about for women? Like, what are things that you need to see go? Like
Oh
the
my
style.
Oh yes.
So I feel like anytime I have this talk, and my sisters and I, we have this talk kind of like on the reg.
Okay.
You might hate me for saying it, but there are certain things. Yeah. Boots, stiletto boots.
Yeah.
No.
You don't like
I
stiletto
don't
boots?
like that. I feel like the above the knee, the thigh high, and above the knee stuff, above the knee in general, that's a no for me. Stiletto boots, also a no. People call them hooker boots. They look like that. They call them hooker boots because they're trying to tell you something. Just I just wouldn't do that. And this is something because my youngest sister is she's a teeny tiny one, and she likes the stuff with the heel. If you're doing that, do the things with the thicker. You have these right now.
Well, wedges.
Wedges.
Yes.
Do that in the boot. Okay. You don't need the stiletto. Too much.
Okay, what about a chunky heel?
Chunky heel is. I think I just did. Oh, the big thick one.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing a boot, just go up to here and do a
Right.
riding boot. Do a riding boot.
Yeah. Okay.
Like all kinds of brands make those.
Well, I have a favorite velvet one.
Horse inspired.
No. It's not like a hook or hoe like heel, but it's like.
Well, because
Get a little defensive here.
That Doc Martin style's back now because that 90s.
90s is back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even mind that. What's the short boots with the wide opening?
Yeah.
What's that called?
Oh.
I don't even know.
No, don't even say Crocs.
No. It's a boot.
that's-
It's a heeled boot with a wide opening at the top.
What was that?
If anybody knows what I'm talking about,
let's write it down.
yeah. Comments below. Yeah.
Comment on there.
I don't know what it's called, but I've seen
No
it.
hooker boots.
Yeah, the skinny pants with the big wide boot. It's like down to here and it's wide at the top. I don't know. Put them in the comments if you know what I'm talking about.
And then what else do you not want to see in women?
Capri pants. I get into all kinds of little discussions about this, and it's like, oh, loggerheads, butting heads. Capri pants have never done anything for anybody.
Well, what is their capri from working out? Like yoga pants.
Capri pants have never done anything attractive for anybody.
How about if
I
we're
don't
in
know.
capri? Can we wear capri pants?
If you're in Capri, who cares? If you're in, it's like, there's nobody else on the beach in Capri, okay? So, like, whatever. It's like, if you're not being seen, wear your underwear on the outside of your pants. If you're like, whatever you want to do out there, that's cool. But Capri pants for men, for women, and by the way, also not for men either.
I was going to say that.
This is
It's so
terrible.
unattractive when a man wears capri pants.
not cool. Never do that. But for women, I get into little disputes about this all the time. The capri pant thing. I think it shortens a woman, and it because it breaks up the line like that. And there's no. I'm trying to think of. You've seen. I think women buy these things because they've seen them in magazines, and there's like some kind of like wafy lady that's like wearing these. She's like super skinny something or other. I guarantee you, even that wafy model would look so much better in normal length pants than in capri pants. So I would discard that altogether.
I will say though, if you're over a certain age and you have a lot of like cellulite and stuff, we don't need to see that in shorts either. So I think they tend to pick the capri over long pants.
Oh wait, say that again. Oh, so you're talking about capri as an alternative to
I think
short
that's
pants.
what happens with
Oh.
some women. They don't want to wear long pants in the summer, and they shouldn't really be wearing shorts. So I think they do like the pedal pushers and the capris.
Okay.
So you don't have to see all the.
Got it. I don't even know what a pedal pusher is, but I guess I would say that if there is a fabric, it maybe Nike Dry Fit makes a fabric, maybe there is some sort of. I bet Lemon does. I bet the Lululemon makes some sort of breathable yoga pant thing or something like that.
I mean, I'm in them all the time.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do over the capri pants. Do whatever you want to do, but that's just my 2 cents on it.
There we go.
I feel like this just got a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so on to the next question. Okay,
Yeah.
so what else?
I love it though, because it's great to
Yeah.
have a male's perspective.
Yeah, it really
you know?
is.
Ooh.
And these women do wear these kind of stiletto over the knee boots for men, not for women. But as Sim says, according to Sim, who sees you,
That's
will
my
buy-
thought.
Yeah,
Guys weigh in, okay?
Yeah,
So
let's
if
see.
I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, all right?
Yeah.
But I cannot ever. I will guarantee you that if you've ever been approached as a woman, if you've ever been approached in capri pants, it is not because you're wearing capri pants, and it is in spite of your capri pants wearing. That's it. That's my thing. I don't know. That's just me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to talk about those sneakers. Can you please tell me, for the love of baby Jesus, that the New Balance trend's done?
New Balance. Oh, you're talking. Okay, so I don't think you're. I think you might be talking. You're talking about sneakers in general. New Balance actually does a cool lifestyle sneaker
Not
that is.
like my dad.
I think you're talking about the dad stuff.
the
Yeah.
dad sneakers. My dad's like, cool now, and I'm like, I mean, he's funny.
There is something. This is like.
But you see guys.
This is like I can't like you planned this or something like that. My feeling about capri pants is the same feeling for most like not just dad sneakers. Okay, there was this real trend this year with like white dad shoe style, and it's not New Balance. It's like Brooks style.
Okay.
If you're familiar with Brooks shoes,
Yes.
Brooks is exclusive. They've sponsored dads, I don't know, but like there is some dumpy dad out there that is like sponsored by Brooks, but Brooks white shoes has been an inspiration for all kinds of lines of ugly dad shoes made by different brands, and I'm sure what happened was probably like Kanye decided that like, oh, you know, mental illness, whatever, I'm gonna wear these shoes, and everybody else will
Or
wear
they paid him enough money to wear them.
That's true.
whatever, yeah. So
okay, someone comment here. Sim, let's see what they said. Who is that?
oh,
You're
what is
standing
that? Oh my God.
up. Okay, so who?
Disagree. Nothing wrong with capris. Is this from a woman or a man?
But yeah, who's
Is this from a woman or a man?
It's from Victor.
Victor Nguyen. Okay.
Okay.
Victor's the man. Look.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Victor's not gonna like my next comment. So because Victor
Then
is
it's getting heated up in here.
Victor used to like design like very. I don't used to, or maybe still does, a very high-tech stuff for Nike, okay?
This
And
Victor that just wrote?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Victor. So he's like a rock star, like I think web design, tech design, and all that stuff. And so he will hate this because my next rail is on sneakers. I feel the same way about not all sneakers. So I like a low top, low profile common project sneaker, or even a low top Converse or something like that, like the whites, or even the black leather ones with the, kind of, I think like Spike Mendelsohn wears these a lot, like black leather shoe, low profile, the gum sole, whatever. That is a lifestyle sneaker. Cool.
I gotta look at Spike's shoes the next time I see him.
Check it. Yeah. So I think Vinota does that too. Spike and Vinota. Shouts out to you guys. In any case, yes, I don't get the sneakerhead movement. Okay, there's something about like whether it's Buscemi's or like really kind of expensive high top sneaker with the gold buckle or whatever, or LV sneakers or their collaborations, or whether it's Jordan 12s or Jordan 1s or the Jordan whatevers with all like the patchwork and all the high top basketball shoe.
Balenciaga.
All of that. I don't get it, man. I don't get.
Are they wearing them to the gym? That's the question.
No,
No, they're wearing them.
Those are.
That's what you know for
they're wearing them to the club,
right?
No. Okay, I'm not talking about the gym. I'm talking about like on dates or on anything where you're trying to impress women. Like you're at a club, you're at dinner, anything like that. I don't get it. Are there? Maybe there's a question for you guys. Has it ever been a situation where you're like, the Nike sneaker on that guy is like really attracting me to him.
Absolutely not.
Right.
I'm an athlete. I mean, so for being, pro tennis player, like I looked at sneakers and I'm like, okay, are those available on the tennis court or not?
Yes.
This is more of a functional thing for me. Like, so I've always kind of had that mindset.
Also, I think if you're like a real person, you're not in a music video. I think dating a guy who has like a closet full of like Balenciaga tennis shoes should alarm you, because
number one,
it's like, will he have any money to pay for dinner? Where are my shoes?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the test. You correct me in the comments below, and I'm not even talking about guys. Guys, you can weigh in, whatever. Yeah. I'm sure there's so many sneakerhead friends. I have sneakerhead friends. Clients, okay? I have sneakerhead clients who are like, they're like that whole, I don't know if you're familiar with Wale, but Wale has like tons of he's not a client. I just wanted to use him as an example.
Yeah,
lots of like sneaker closets, like full of like these high top sneakers. I don't know what that's about. I get that you will impress your other sneakerhead friends, other people who have waited in line for, I don't know, days or whatever, or paid somebody to wait in line to get this super exclusive sneaker that all of the other sneakerhead geeks will.
We know Wale never stands in those lines.
But it's counter to the purpose that I think, like clothes for me are a tool. Yeah. They get, I know that if I wear a puffy coat or something in my younger life, if I wore a puffy coat, if I walked around in a store, they might follow me around the store.
Right.
But if I wore like a really nice like tailor suit, I could part the C's at a club. I could walk to the head of the line and not stop. They would open the velvet rope for me.
Right.
I would get a better table seating. People would want to talk to me more, or think of me as powerful or whatever. It's women will talk you up or approach you and that kind of thing. But I don't get the purpose. What is that tool for? What is the sneaker for? I just don't get it.
I love that point that you just brought up, and that, you know, you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but people do.
Right, it's true.
Right? So, you know, I think we live in an area where we want to appear trustworthy. We're in professions where we want to appear trustworthy. So we dress the part.
Right.
Yeah. But it's even that, like, that's the thing. That's like a very, that brings us into what is the purpose of the sneaker. So if your argument to me was like, don't judge a book by its cover, I want to wear my sneakers because, like, I don't know, they're comfortable or something. Got it. Totally get it. You know, New Balance actually makes some great gel-soled sneakers, low top, that are great, super comfortable, way more comfortable than your Buscemi's or your Jordans or your LV, whatever's. And so that's a comfort argument. I get it. You know, then live your life in sweatpants or whatever it is you want to do, you know? But people do make those snap judgments. If you are wearing those high-priced Jordans and stuff like that, that means you are trying to get... There is you see that as a status symbol. Yeah. I just don't know what it's a status symbol of. Like, I don't get it. Right. So that's my rail against that. Don't even get me started on slides. The slide slippers, like the DJ.
Like slides. They're, you know, the slides.
Slide is it's just a flip flop with a
band on top.
Which a lot of athlete clients wear, and it's cool. They show up to fittings and like sweats and that. But it's because they're giant, monstrous human beings. You know what I mean? Like they're huge, and they want to be comfortable, and that is a comfort play. But the idea that DJ Khaled made this like, the new slide that is like stylish, that makes you encounter a no shirt, no shoes, no service rule. Like that is you are by wearing slides outside, you are the kind of person that sign on an establishment door is trying to exclude. So
anyway. in defense of DJ Khaled, he does live in Miami.
It's true.
So he probably goes to the beach a lot.
Also, he's DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
okay?
He's DJ Khaled, and also he's probably got big feet like his tummy.
If he decided,
big wide feet, not long.
If he decided to get face tattoos and nipple tassels and decided to go out in an orange Lambo and say we're the best, I'm sure everybody would be like, oh, like he looks really good, he's like so successful, whatever. He is DJ Khaled.
It's true.
Most of us are not.
And it's so interesting because I had this conversation this morning. I won't say where, but. You know, and ultimately, I think if you're in sales or there's, you know, you have to dress the part of success, right? You want to look like not only trustworthy, but successful. You wearing slides to work will not.
Yeah.
Maybe if you work at the pool. But you know, ultimately, like, it doesn't really translate to success.
Right.
Right.
It's nothing, I don't know. Do it if you're 17 and you have 17-year-old friends, or if you're 45 and you have 17-year-old friends, different problem. Okay, you have a different problem there. But I get that your 17-year-old friends will be impressed by the sneaks and the slides.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting. I was telling Eve about this. I saw on Facebook this person was making fun of a woman who was making fun of his outfit, like of his shirt was too loud or something.
He was making fun of another woman who was making fun of him.
And he posted this on social media, which is like disgusting.
And then he's like, oh, there's no
stuff like that.
This guy went on a freaking rant, and I'm thinking to myself, gee, I wonder why you're single. You know, like you're berating this woman who didn't like your shirt. I mean, like, I'm sure it didn't come off that way, you know, or whatever. And then he was bitching about how women in DC can't dress. I'm like, I don't know where you're going out. You know, and so it's just kind of like, be careful out there what you're posting on social media.
Yes, because what he's also relating to his Facebook audience
is I'm undateable.
I'm undateable, but I wear loud shirts, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. And people in DC don't really like a whole bunch of loud clothes.
totally good segue into floral under the collar on men's shirts.
Wait,
Bruh,
what? Okay.
what is that about?
Let's talk about it.
Have you Have you ever encountered a person who has like floral print under the collar of
Yeah, I've
his
seen
shirt
that.
or
Yeah.
under the collar? What did you think of that guy? Or were you like, yeah, I want that?
It's a little aggressive.
I will tell you, I feel like when I see that, I just assume, and I can say this, my son's gay. I just think they're gay.
Okay, so great. If you're out looking for that, if you're a guy and you're looking for that, special man in your life, and you're out cruising or whatever, then cool. Definitely do the floral stuff. Actually, I don't even know if that's true.
But that's
under the collar, okay?
Like this part of it.
Yeah, like
under the collar, under the collar,
under there.
on the inside. Even that, like, look, we do a lot of same-sex weddings. Like, shout out to, all same-sex weddings.
Yeah.
Love you guys. You're the best. But I still like even if you're out looking for other men, you are doing yourself kind of a disservice by doing that floral under the collar thing. It is it just looks chachi to me. I actually prefer if you just floral the whole shirt. Okay?
Yeah.
But just don't do it under the collar or under the cuffs. It in the industry, it is like a little insider thing, and you could probably ask this to a lot of different people. We know that when a guy comes in asking for the floral under the collar, it is a sign of recent divorce.
Oh, they asked for that?
Yeah, so there will be guys that will ask for that.
Interesting.
And the reason is because they are if they ask for that, it's often that it's recent because they've been stuck in a kind of a time capsule from the mid '90s, and they thought in the mid '90s I saw this on, I don't know, like Al Pacino's Scarface or something, and I want this. Now I've been out of the game and now I'm back in, and so that is a thing. So just don't make that mistake. You're just telegraphing the wrong thing. Nothing wrong with divorce. I mean, a lot of people get divorced, but it's just like, I don't know.
I'm not into florals or paisleys.
There you go. There you go.
Pretty simple.
That's its own thing. All right, it's too negative. It's too negative.
Let's get back
We're
to the
going into a
positive.
totally
You're
different
positive.
direction.
But in 2019, just skip the florals and the paisleys.
Yeah.
And sneakers that are high tops outside of the gym.
Yeah.
See, but I don't mind a man who has a little like versatility that he can pull it all off.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to like be so involved in his clothing. I'm not into that either.
Yeah, and I'm not into someone trying to change my style either.
I'm into changing other people's styles.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I meant like if
No, I know,
like,
yeah.
if you're dating someone or marry someone, they're like, well, you should wear that. You should wear this. So like, okay, I have my own life. Like I'm my own person. Like,
Yeah.
I hear some stories. Oh my god. I'm like,
Do
some
you
people
help
need
your
to
wife pick
run.
out things to wear?
No, she's got her own thing. She's from New York. She has her own style. She's she does.
She's very stylish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's a Virgo.
There you go. I don't know what that means, but that sounds good.
Well, they have like a little classic style. She
Yes.
likes to wear a lot of white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black, white,
Yeah.
neutrals, stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's Yep, it's good.
I like it.
It's good.
He likes it.
Not knocking sneakers, by the way. At the end, I still want to recap that. It's
Yeah.
not that I'm knocking the sneaker. It's the
what you-
kind of sneaker.
Yeah, what you're
Okay.
wearing it for.
Dual low top, Common Projects, Converse, that kind of stuff. There are even high-end low top sneakers that are great. I think Gant used to make a pair. Basquiat used to do it.
I think she does too.
Sure. Yeah. Do all that stuff.
But
Just
it's
not
elite.
just not the high top thing. It's not doing anything for you. Cool.
Awesome.
Victor Nguyen,
That's
let me
it.
know. Let me
Oh,
know.
it's Victor. I know Victor. Hi, Victor. I know that Victor.
Is he still on there? Which one? What do you say? Hang out.
with me in
Oh no, it's not
LA.
Victor. I don't know Victor. It's I
Hang
was
out
thinking
with
of
me
Nick.
in LA or New York or London and Tokyo, and that's all you'll see. That is true, but those are different markets, okay? First of all, LA, I don't think so. Okay, in LA,
Oh,
in
you're getting
LA,
tested,
in LA, you
Victor.
get the snug
He is
kind. The LA
testing
quintessential LA look is this white T-shirt that's kind of long, the black really like snug jeans, and it's either black boots under the jean, or it's low top. It will be, notice it, more Common Project side. Streetwear, I agree with you. Streetwear, yes, there is a part of LA that will do that stuff, and Tokyo, 100%. But Tokyo, I don't know if you've been to Tokyo
And Seoul.
recently.
Seoul too.
Yeah, I'm sure. But if you go to Tokyo,
They like urban kind of.
you are talking about a different planet. Okay, there is Harajuku girls exist in Tokyo. Little Bo Peep dolls that like have crying things happening. There's a style there called.
Like when Safani did.
Oh, like just.
It was like a whole thing.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
There is a place in Shibuya in Tokyo called Harajuku, and in Harajuku they have these little. There's this style there. They have these malls that are 19 floors, okay?
What?
And there's so many eclectic styles there. There are these they're not little girls. They're just adult women that dress like creepy dolls that will haunt your dreams. Like it's like black running mascara, but like bowl cut pink wigs and their little like doll dresses. It is stuff that if you turned around in your bedroom and you saw it in the middle of the night, you would abandon your home and you wouldn't go back. It is terrifying stuff like that. And so Japan has all kinds of eclectic like streetwear styles and different things. But if you transplanted that area of Tokyo and you brought it to the US, it would be like aliens have landed. It's a different, it's just a different style. And I totally agree with it. Like if you're in Tokyo, rock the hell out of the Jordans and the whatever. Maybe, Victor, if you told me, you could tell me this and I would believe you. If you told me that the women of Tokyo were like, oh, like, he's got the Jordan 12s, like, let me get on that, then I might believe you. I don't know. Tokyo's a different planet. They're like 12 years ahead of us, and they're 12 years in the future. So, who knows? I don't know.
Okay.
I will give you that if that is your experience.
All right, that sounds good.
And let's talk about, and this is not on the thing, but let's talk about like, you've been in Baltimore for a minute.
Yeah.
What are you liking about Baltimore?
Yeah.
Okay, so I opened this location in September, and as an expansion to the DC location. And Baltimore is like, 15 years ago, Baltimore looked like 20 years ago, the movie The Crow. You know what I mean?
It's one of my favorite movies.
I don't know, maybe I'm dating myself, maybe I'm aging myself, but The Crow is one of my favorite movies from back in the day.
In Detroit.
Yeah, it was in Detroit or Hell's Kitchen or something. It was just like...
Yeah, and it's a really bad part of Detroit.
Just rough, okay? But now Baltimore has had this huge revival. There are new parts. So we used to live in Harbor East, which is kind of the next to the Inner Harbor, but it's a brand new development. They have like all these cool new stores.
Is that where the Four Seasons is?
Yes, in the Four Seasons. They have this cool restaurant on the top called Bygone. Okay, check that place out. Really cool panoramic views of the city. And they're able to enforce, that's another thing that I was really surprised about in Baltimore, they are able to enforce a jacket and tie rule there.
Oh, well I think you'd have to here.
I think you'd have to here, but like I think Baltimore is historically like not in for the most part kind of like a working class, like salt of the earth town. It has not been that kind of a market. Now there's a lot more style here. There are a lot of bankers lawyers and doctors. There's like a huge Hopkins system, a University of Maryland, and
but doesn't Bank of America have a big hub here? One of those banks.
Sure. There are all kinds of hubs in this the area, and so Baltimore has had this new kind of resurgence. And this kind of thing, even this property, this is an unsegmented brownstone 4-level. You would never find this kind of property available in DC. In DC, it would have been segmented into a building of like 8 condos.
Yeah.
The architecture here is super old. The brownstones remind me of New York a little bit, of like a little bit of is it Brooklyn or more like the old Upper East Side, and even Harlem has cool brownstones. They're super unsegmented. So the architecture is really cool. There's a lot of cool, like the Ivy Hotel nearby is great. Mount Vernon, this area right here, the cobblestone area. There's some great restaurants. The Hellman is really cool if you tried that. Hamid Karzai, the Prime Minister of Afghanistan, his brother opened a restaurant over here, and it's been consistently.
You hear that, Tahir and Marcel?
There you go. Afghan food. Although I will say this, I still strongly prefer Lapis in DC for Afghan food. Omar Popal, shouts out to Omar, who also has like a new Belgian spot that opened in Malmaison. If you ever partied at Malmaison, has now converted into a Belgian like sausage and beer.
I heard that. I thought it closed. I didn't know he still had that.
The Berlin. Wait, is it Belgian? Did I mix that up? German. Berliner is the name, so it's not Belgian.
I love
it's
yeah.
German.
food.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh.
So great, like I don't know, Frankfurters and all that good stuff out there.
And you know, for those out there that don't know, that they found House of Cards in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, just a few blocks over.
Yeah.
And so it's and there was a couple of scenes that were filmed just at the end of this block. But yeah, it has got this huge resurgence here. Clavel is cool, like a speakeasy place. So yeah.
There you go. So he's giving us some like date night tips there.
All of
I
that.
love it.
All of that. Although for dates, I don't know, just for me, I've never liked well, I'm married now, but previously, I've always felt that you should do an activity or something interactive, or restaurant that is an activity in itself on a first date. Like you can do the activity first, then do the dinner afterward, but just do some kind of activity first. I don't get the restaurant thing. Like when you just go to a restaurant that is like your I don't know, French place of choice or whatever. It feels like an interview. I don't know. But an activity, you can bond over the activity. You guys can like talk to each other.
Do the activity and then go to eat after.
And Sim, because Sim's a Leo too, so I think that you have like this adventurous, playful side. Because not only does he do this on dates, but he will arrange, like I'll get a text message, Sunday we're going here, come on.
Yeah.
And I love that about you.
Yeah.
Yes. I've done this thing since back in the day. So I was an attorney before getting into the business 7 years ago, and in law school. I used to do this a lot. Me and my buddy Andrew at the time, we would say we would send a text message out to a whole bunch of our friends, and we'd say, okay, on Sunday we're gonna take you to do something you've never done before. Don't ask me any questions. Wear this stuff and bring $50, and then just get in the car, and that's what we're doing.
And that's awesome.
Nobody gets any notice of what's happening in advance or anything like that. But we did. What did we do? We did. Rock climb, sail plane, so engineless plane. So they tow you up in a glider up to 3,000 feet, and then they unhook the glider, and then you just pilot it down. If you see the Thomas Crown Affair, it is that. It is like a plane with no engine. Hang gliding, bungee jumping. We did hang gliding.
But you did one last year, was like driving or something. What did you do? Was it?
Yeah. So a number of those things in the driving thing. So we did. The Lamborghini drive. We also did the NASCAR thing. So NASCAR, there's actually a spot in Manassas that's really good for that.
Write that down. I like fast cars.
They take you to, I think it's like 100 and something miles an hour around a racing oval. You feel the G-forces in your heart.
I'm so doing that. I'm so doing that.
Not a first date though. Don't do that on a first date. That's not a good
I'd
look.
like it.
If you're dating Jen, do it.
But she also likes the axe throwing. She likes
axe throwing is perfect.
She likes that.
Gun range is interesting. I don't even like guns, but I think it's like moving from Montreal coming down to this.
Well, you have the suits for that.
Yes, there are compartments for that stuff. Yeah. But in any case, that could be a good way to bond too. So I don't know. I like all that.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. So. Do you want to walk around?
We'll do the walk around. What about you guys?
Hold on, I want to hear the tea. Like, do you have any tea that your single guy friends say about the ladies out there in the dating world?
Any tea? Like hot tea? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
like tea, like any juice.
Any juice.
I had no idea that that's what that meant.
Okay.
I have to say this too.
Okay.
Jen just learned this a week ago too. My best friends on Housewives, they use the word tea. They've been using it for years, okay? And how did you figure this out, Jen?
It was on
Instagram.
Yeah,
something she read on Instagram. I finally
I was
clicked
like,
to her.
It's the emoji tea. I was like,
gossip, so she finally, yes.
So what's the dirt on?
Yeah,
you have a lot of male clients.
Yeah.
I'm guys, talk.
Yeah.
They act like they don't, but they do.
100%.
Yeah. What do they say?
Yeah, what do they say?
I'm trying to think of like the stuff that I can reveal because if I say this stuff about, but if I describe certain circumstances, I've seen this.
Give us the juiciest.
It doesn't have to be.
I've seen dating train wrecks, and I feel like.
What was the reason?
What was the reason?
If there's a train wreck,
if I talk about this guy, but if I say it, this guy will know that that's what
he does. Nobody else knows.
Okay. Ooh, I'm trying to think. What about you guys? What dating train wrecks have you guys had? I'm thinking about it.
Someone just straight up was like, I used it on a bit at Caroline's where I was on a date with this guy. And he proceeded, even before that freaking app comes, like he's like, oh, at this time, like I had, my bangs were down.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my bangs down. And then he's like, lifting my bangs up, he's like checking my teeth. He's like, oh, can you take your heels off so I can see your feet? I was like, bitch, I don't know if this is a date or if it's best in show. Like, what the hell is going on? Like,
I think that's something that guys do sometimes because they read like.
I told Jen though, tea is not when it's a story about you.
yeah.
Oh, sure. Sure.
I
But I guess we
another-
went there. I guess we went
I have
there.
another Virgo friend, and she was like, "Oh, I have gossip," and I'd say, "Okay," and it'd be about her, and I was like, "You know, that's not really gossip.
That
when you
wasn't-
talk about
Yeah.
yourself." As FYI.
Yeah, like.
When they examine you, like, what are you examining? Like, are you seeing, like, I mean, you got 8 heads? I mean, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not sitting there like, hey,
I think
pure
that's.
examination mode. I'm not a doctor.
I think a lot of guys in the maybe 5 years ago read The Game or they read Mystery Method. Do you know what those are?
No.
Yeah, I've heard the game.
So they're like pickup artist type of like books that
Fantastic.
teach you how to talk to women and all that stuff. But they just inartfully use those tips. So if somebody is trying to talk to you and they're trying to like break down your confidence because they are feeling nervous about themselves,
Yeah.
they'll try to say something that
Reverse
unsettles you a little
psychology.
bit. They'll say something that unsettles you, like, oh, like,
Yeah.
you know, they'll like look at your teeth and
Yeah.
be like, oh, let me see, like, what's going.
Yeah.
It's to make you feel uncomfortable, but a lot of guys go too super far with it, and
Clearly.
then you just insult that person,
It's
and
like,
then you
thank
just
you,
burned
next.
your whole, you
There
just
we
burned
go.
your whole
Yeah.
thing down.
And I will say, like, I haven't read those, but I have heard of the game. But I did read the rules book back in the 90s, and
What
I
is that?
think the rules book was like, you know, you treat the guy that you like the guy you don't like. Because it keeps them coming.
Sure.
And then you never accept a date on the same day. Like you know, you have to make them wait a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the 3-day rule. I think we're grown
Yeah, I don't
humans.
think it makes
And
sense.
like,
Well,
if you don't
I-
respond, no, but I'm saying, like, so if someone asks you on a date, now I'm not saying the same, if you're busy, I mean, most, you know, whatever. But like, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna do the 3-day rule, that was from the 90s. That doesn't really apply anymore.
But if a guy,
You know?
if I meet you today and they say, hey, let's go out tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, I'm available.
No,
so
I
what
wouldn't do
it's,
that. I usually-
but what it's saying is like, you
You're
know,
too
that
available.
You're too available.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think like
Yeah.
I have to wait 3 days to call you. That I'm
Yeah.
not a big
I'm
fan
like,
of.
it's
Like,
a
if you
pass.
want to call me because I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you, whatever. But like, I agree. Like, I'm not gonna see you that day. Like, you're gonna wait a couple days.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Everybody's got their own style, but the 3-day rule, I agree, is stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah. Doesn't make any
Dumb.
sense. Doesn't make any sense.
Because
Don't
in
do
3 days,
Don't do
I mean,
that. Because, I mean, you're trying
meet
to
another guy,
Right. You know, and that's the other thing is like, when you're going,
and I meet them all the time.
That's
she
true.
does.
That's
all the
true.
time.
They come
That's
up
true.
to me.
I
Yeah.
feel like dating train wrecks are most often on the. It's funny, like that the guys do them rather than they get perpetrated on. I have had clients go through speed dating, so it's like it's different species of dating,
Yeah.
and they've had that happen where like somebody has, like a woman has given them a resume, you know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, give it like she thought it was, or she treated it like a job applicant, like she had a summary of likes and stuff
This
like
is why
that.
she's single.
And
She needs
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know that there are a lot of people that will do that, but apparently that's a thing. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Please.
that.
Don't do
For
that.
the love.
Lipstick on the teeth, that's another thing. Probably try to avoid doing that. Check it
Yeah.
out.
Check it out.
for your-
Get out.
Yeah.
We
And-
should probably
yeah.
make the move.
Yeah,
because
because
we
I'm
have an
gonna
hour.
look. Yeah. on
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's
So,
do it.
all right, we're gonna move you around.
So we're gonna do the tour, I guess.
Okay, yeah,
'cause
we're gonna do
most
the
of the
tour.
time when people come in for fittings and things like that, we start here.
I'm gonna
And we have a little chat about what you're into clothing-wise or fabric-wise. And
Alrighty.
Let's get to a little scan.
Yeah.
oh, scan. Okay.
Ooh, look at how
Yeah.
amazing this is. Great
I
artwork.
mean, Sim is so
So
stylish. I mean,
talented.
it even shows in his decor.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Very grand.
So,
He's a Leo.
whatever that means.
No,
It's
that's
good.
kind of grandeur.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
go big.
I love it.
Yeah,
Real big,
Love it.
go home.
Roar.
I know. It's like my little.
Yep.
Here's his jacket.
Okay. Just trying to move this around.
Wow.
See?
I am so not experienced with Facebook Live.
Well, now you are, Sim. Now you
Facebook
can do that.
and Instagram Live.
Instagram. Now you're going to do them all the time.
Yeah.
See, now this is the close-up of the velvet jacket.
Oh, yes.
So,
Hashtag
just so you
edible.
know, FYI, I write that
Edible,
down.
I like that one.
Last
Hashtag
time.
edible.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So you're going to show us upstairs?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. So most of the time you're going to, if you're a first timer, we're going to start out in here. We'll talk about fabrics and kind of what you like, what you're wearing clothes for, what you don't like, and we'll make recommendations. And then after we're done with that, and you're done choosing all your different details and looking at jackets and everything, on your second visit, you come up here to the second floor.
Do you want to grab your phone?
What would you want? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So then you can take everybody on the...
Okay. And we end up on the second floor, which is the second fitting room. So you come in here, we kind of close these doors. Look at these people. We close these doors for you. This way you have your, you can check yourself out in the mirror, you can close the mirror. But yeah, so this is the second fitting room for you to get dressed and then see your big reveal. And then by this time, at second fitting, there'll be little tweaks to be done, and we'd adjust them over here, you know, in front of the mirror. And then at your third session, you'd pick everything up and look great. Wow, this is Inception. Camera, inside
So,
camera,
exactly.
inside camera, inside camera.
Yep.
That's great. So yeah. And if you're ever in the area, just, you know, come on.
All right, so tell us where and how they can make an appointment in our special DIH codes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
What does
so-
that code do?
So do the with the DIH code, you get, if you're coming in and this is your first suit, you get a, well, regardless of whether you're in your second suit or if you're coming in and you're getting a suit, you would get a free shirt, a free custom shirt included with that, and that is $169 value. Offer cannot be combined with other offers, but that is a great value, and yeah, I'll take good care of you. You can book online at brimbleclark.com, BRIMBLECLARK.com, and you can book through that website in DC's location, or in Baltimore, or just email service@brimbleclark.com. We'll get you sorted. Whatever is good for you.
Yeah.
You can call 301-788-4431, and we'll get you
Awesome.
going. Always free to look around too. So if you want to come around, just talk about
Peruse.
suits.
Yeah, I love
Just
it.
talking about suits. Always, I don't know. I get excited about that stuff all the time. I can talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
I am just recording you guys.
Okay, that sounds good.
That is so.
I mean,
weird.
I got some
I
sparkle.
gotta get up on Facebook.
There you go.
I gotta understand this better.
You gotta flip it.
Ah! There we go.
I love
Okay,
it.
mine shut off.
I did almost an hour.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Sam. We really appreciate you being on Dating in Heels, showing us your fabulous suits that you guys, it's early, holiday gift. You can get your last minute gifts now.
Yeah, last minute gift certificates are available. So if you want to do, they come in this like beautiful gift box, so you can have something kind of substantial to give to your, loved one. We'll put a gift card in there, and you'll be good to go. So you can either come by and pick those up, or they can usually be mailed to you by FedEx. But now we're down to the wire. So if you haven't gotten your gifts yet, get
up today. All right, and we'll put the website address on here too. So thanks, guys. All right, see ya. Bye. Bye. Say bye.